At exactly 9:03 a.m., in the press room on the fourth floor of the Sacramento Federal Building, a crowd of journalists made their final preparations for Pam's unexpected press briefing. The clock at the back of the room seemed to tick louder with each passing second. As Bondi strode confidently to the podium, the serious expression on her face and the tightly held files in her hand signaled that a major revelation was coming. Today, I am announcing that the United States Department of Justice has issued a federal search warrant against Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on charges of obstructing federal immigration enforcement. The room erupted instantly. Camera flashes, gasps of disbelief, and a chaotic flurry of questions filled the air. Bondi raised her hands to restore order and continued. This warrant pertains to Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez's Know Your Rights campaign, in which she allegedly made deliberate efforts to obstruct lawful ICE operations. We have concrete evidence that she and her team engaged in a systematic effort to sabotage federal immigration authorities in their legal duties. At the same time, across the country, in a community center on the outskirts of Fresno, AOC was meeting with local families. The discussion revolved around immigrant rights and legal processes. Just as she finished speaking and was chatting with a group of mothers, her aide Jordan rushed in, breathless. "Urgent," he whispered. "Michael from the White House called directly. It's serious." Reading the notification on her phone, AOC's expression didn't change, but her hand trembled slightly as she held the device. "This isn't about immigration law," she murmured, her voice steady. "This is a blatant political takedown." She immediately called her legal team leader, Mariana Diaz, and instructed, "Gather the entire team. We are about to face the biggest battle of my career." The chain of events traced back 47 days to AOC's viral Know Your Rights Zoom seminar. During the session, AOC's senior aide, Carlos Mendez, meticulously explained how individuals could exercise their constitutional rights if ICE agents appeared at their door. The Fourth Amendment explicitly states that authorities cannot enter your home without permission. Unless ICE agents present a judicially signed warrant, you are not obligated to open your door. These statements were soon taken out of context by conservative media. In a Fox News segment, former ICE Director Tom Homan furiously declared, "This is outright criminal incitement. A sitting congresswoman is encouraging people to defy federal law." Tensions in the courtroom peaked when former ICE Supervisor Delaney Ortiz took the stand. After recounting his 8-year career with ICE, he testified, "I reviewed the entire seminar transcript, word for word. There is no criminal incitement here, only an explanation of constitutional rights. If this is illegal, then we no longer have a constitution in this country." The turning point, however, came when 19-year-old nursing student Carla Mendoza took the stand. Through tears, she recounted, "Last month, ICE agents came to our house at 5 a.m. Thanks to that seminar, my mom knew to ask for a judge-signed warrant before opening the door. The agents couldn't provide one and left after 20 minutes. If not for that seminar, my mother would be in Mexico right now." When federal judge Cynthia Rodriguez announced her ruling, the courtroom was overcome with emotion. A member of Congress educating citizens about their constitutional rights is not a crime. On the contrary, it is a cornerstone of our democratic system. Case dismissed. The ruling sent shockwaves through Washington. The next day, the White House press secretary made an unexpected announcement. The president will introduce a comprehensive immigration reform bill to Congress. Political analysts saw this move as a strategic retreat in response to AOC's rising popularity. At a victory rally in the Bronx, AOC addressed an energized crowd. "This victory belongs not just to me, but to everyone fighting for their rights. Today, our constitutional rights prevailed, but the fight isn't over." As she lifted a Know Your Rights sign, the crowd erupted, chanting the slogan once more. 1 year after the incident, the Immigrant Rights Act, championed by AOC, was passed, preventing the deportation of 12,000 families. Carla Mendoza graduated from nursing school and became an advocate for immigrant rights. In an interview, Pam stated, "The rule of law applies to everyone." AOC's Know Your Rights campaign expanded to over 300 community centers nationwide. As the camera zooms in on the framed Constitution hanging on AOC's office wall, the voiceover delivers the final words, True change comes from believing in the power of truth and fighting for it. Because once a voice rises, it can never be fully silenced. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. See you in the next video. Goodbye.